Welcome to Making a Better Me, day 212 update. Today was a Tuesday, um, pretty normal work day, and after work today I headed over to Ron's barbershop and got a haircut. So hopefully I look a little bit better than I did. I feel like I do. Um, we'll see. We'll see how it holds up. Anyways, so that was a much needed thing to be done. And then when I get home from there, we headed to Dartmouth to take Blur to see Dr. Janice Fisher at Full Circle for a sort of a follow-up appointment based on his last chiropractic adjustments, just to make sure that there were no consistent listings or anything like that, because he tends to have things like that. So it was sort of follow up to make sure he's doing okay and give him sort of the all clear to be able to go to nationals, and things like that. So let's talk a little bit about a few things involved with the trip. One of the things that happened that I was very disappointed with, they were doing construction paving in Truro on Willow Street, and to avoid that we headed out through Brookfield, and we were quite hungry on the way, so we decided to stop at Tim Hortons. So we stopped at the small Tim Hortons in Brookfield, and I got a biscuit, and I decided to get a donut because they looked really good. The chocolate dip is usually what I get for a donut. And Tamara ordered a bagel and an ice cap. Now, I will give the benefit of the doubt. My biscuit was fine. Her ice cap was fine. Her bagel, maple cinnamon French toast bagel, the toasted part of the bagel was black, like absolutely black. I can't imagine serving that to someone unless they requested it double toasted or burnt or whatever. I just can't even imagine serving that to someone. Really, really disappointed when I see things like that. Has this happened to you before? Does anybody here have any experience with that? Does anybody want to share their story of, Tim Hortons serving them a burnt bagel or some other product that wasn't fit? So that was my first complaint, or our first complaint of the Tim Hortons. The other was the donut I was served. I'm sure it looked absolutely spectacular, and that was what drew me to it and made me order it, because I probably wouldn't have got one. It was stale. It was hard and disgusting. I actually didn't eat it. I nibbled the frosting off the top and I threw it out. It was quite terrible, and to say I'm a little disappointed with the quality of the product that Tim Hortons is willing to serve customers is probably an understatement. Unfortunately, we just don't have the options that I'd like to have here. So I'm sure that I won't be able to avoid Tim Hortons, but I will complain about them, and hopefully other people will see this, and maybe if enough of us complain about them, then maybe somebody will do something. So anyways, after that was fine. We get on the road. Now, one thing that happened again tonight, and I say again tonight because it has happened to me a few times recently, and well, I'd like to say I'm not sure what's causing the problem, but I'm pretty sure I do know what is causing the problem. Have you ever gone to pass a vehicle or coming up on a vehicle or whatever, and notice them drifting from their lane into your lane as you're about to pass, or while you're passing, or any other time? This happened to me yet again tonight, and I really believe it comes down to distracted driving. Now, the person did not appear to be using a cell phone, but they did have a carload of people, so maybe they were talking and not paying attention. I don't know. But when you're driving a vehicle on the highway, for the love of God, please pay attention to what you're doing. Stay in your lane, check your mirrors, and do a shoulder check before you move into another lane. If there's a car coming up fast, don't pull out in front of it. That's a bonehead move. These are just things that I see every day on the highway, and it is so frustrating. I consider myself to be a pretty decent driver. Um, I'm sure everybody does, but I think I'm right as opposed to some of the other people who probably are delusional. Anyways, so really be careful on the highway for the love of God. We're driving vehicles very, very quickly on the highways. Accidents tend to be fatal there, and I prefer not to be a victim, and I'm sure you would too. So pay attention to what you're doing. Put your phone away. If you are talking to someone, make sure you're still paying attention to what you're doing. Anyways, that's my little rant about distracted drivers. So the next thing that happened is we had actually left quite early so that we would have time to go and get supper on the way to the appointment because we were very hungry. Hence the stop at Tim Hortons to hold us over. As we pull off, we take the Forest Hills extension into Cole Harbor and go that way. And as we get onto the Forest Hills extension and we're heading towards Main Street, we hit completely stopped traffic, not moving at all. And we waited, and we're inching forward and inching forward and inching forward. And I have no idea what's going on. I'm listening to the radio, trying to get, a report as to what's happened, but nobody's talking about that. They're talking about other accidents that have happened, but they're not speaking of what has happened in this area. When we finally get up, it turns out that the light was flashing red in all four directions, which essentially makes it into a four-way stop. Oh my God, you have no idea how much traffic is affected when a major intersection loses its light and becomes a four-way stop, especially at rush hour. Traffic was backed up in all the directions massively. So that was a little frustrating because of that and being stuck in that, we were unable to get food before the appointment. So we headed straight to the appointment. We pretty much we got there about 10 minutes early. We were pretty much able to go straight in. So we go in, Blair gets seen, gets checked out. Everything seems to be really pretty good with him. She was very pleased to the point that she said, you know what, we can probably drop him back to a 6-week update rather than 3 or 4 weeks, which it's been lately, or sometimes even 2 weeks. So to go to 6 weeks was kind of an assuring feeling that he's doing very good. It's one of what she calls her boring appointments, and we always like to have boring appointments with Janice because that means that our dogs are doing well and they're healthy and they don't need anything special or any special work. So that is a good thing in our minds. So we're really, really pleased with that, and that's another factor to consider. We are entered in the national championships, which take place in about 2 weeks, just outside Ottawa in Maxville. And Tamara's on the fence about going, so I've been talking to her and I said, look, we need to decide. I need to know what your plan is. If you don't want to go, I don't want to go. If you want to go, I will go. I'm okay either way. I don't want you to go and then complain the whole time and be hard to deal with. I don't want you to not go and complain the whole time and be hard to deal with. So I'm really hopeful that her decision will be made soon, and she'll be able to stand by her decision and live with it and be happy with it regardless. So that's one of the things that's going on coming up. So really hopeful that, like I said, we can come up with a good solution. And I'd kind of like to go, but at the same time, if we don't go, I'm okay with that too, because we'll save lots of money. So although we do forfeit the entry, we would be saving all the hotel fees, the gas, the food, things like that. So forfeiting the entry is really pretty minor in terms of that. So I would be okay with that forfeit. So yeah, the other factor, and one of the other factors that would be involved with that is the size. It's a very large nationals this year because it is in Ontario, which tends to draw a bigger crowd, especially of the Ontario people. We looked at the number of dogs in what would be Players Division, which is the 20-inch regular, and I believe there's 123 dogs or something crazy like that. So you know, it is a really large competitive group. So you know, it is something, I guess, to be involved with, and to consider that, you know, that's not an easy group. It's going to be a really tough group of dogs. There's going to be a lot of really good, really fast dogs in that group. Hard to make your mark. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what tomorrow decides. So after our appointment, we headed to Burrito Jack's and got burritos. Now, I don't know if you remember the last time we went. I did mention that our burritos seemed a little off. They just seemed kind of bland, which is typically not a word I would use to describe Burrito Jack's, as you probably know from watching my videos, or if you haven't watched my videos, you would know. Burrito Jack's is one of my favorite places to eat in the city. I go there a lot. The food is tasty and delicious, reasonably healthy, and really quite cost effective. Just a huge fan all around, and tonight they were back on track. It was absolutely spectacular. I loved it. Really good burrito. I could feel it. My mouth was burning, which, you know, some people don't like, and if you don't like that, get yourself mild sauces and things like that. I like a little bit of heat, so I get the medium stuff, and it was good. I could feel it. Like I say, I knew I ate something, and yeah, it just made me feel good. So really happy with my burrito tonight. So after that, we came home, and it was getting a little later, and so I talked to Leanne, and we decided we would watch an episode of Game of Thrones. We started season 7 tonight, so we watched the first episode of season 7, so there's only 6 more episodes, and then we have to wait for season 8. That's going to be so hard. Is anybody else out there a Game of Thrones fan waiting for season 8? I feel like it's going to be a long, hard wait, but I'm glad I've gotten to watch the whole series again with Leanne, and looking forward to seeing her feelings on the next 6 episodes, because a lot of stuff happens. So it's a great show, and I really enjoy it. Anyways, and the video's done, and now I'm making the episode is done, and now I'm making my video, and gonna get ready for bed. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and it's August 1st. I can't believe, how did it get to be August? Which I guess that means today is my 7-month update video, or is tomorrow my 7-month update video? I guess officially tomorrow. I'll say tomorrow is my 7-month update video, although maybe it is today. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares? One or the other. So anyways, yeah, that's exciting. I'll say tomorrow's my 7-month update video, and I'll do the whole spiel about what my channel's about and everything like that. Just, you know, there's always lots of things to say about that. So yeah, so tomorrow's Wednesday, and it's August 1st, and I know there's a Trews concert happening downtown tomorrow evening. I want to go, but I don't want to pay, so I may just go hang out in the area and listen to some Trews music. I'm not sure. At the same time, I'm too lazy to do that, and I can just go on YouTube and watch some YouTube videos of the Trews and probably be just as happy, and not be bitten by flies and bugs, and be annoyed by other people. So maybe I'll just do that at home. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. I've seen the Trews a lot of times, and unfortunately, I'm just not thrilled with the venue that they've been using in town for these concerts, and it's really made me just not want to go, I guess. And I don't think that's just old age talking. I don't know, there's just something off about the whole setup for me. And lots of people go and they have a great time, and I'm glad for it. good for you. I am a concert fanatic, or at least I have been. We've been sort of backed off a little bit this year just to save some money, although we are planning to go see John Mellencamp late in September, so I am pretty excited about that. Anyways, I'm just sort of rambling on, talking about different things. What else is going on this week? Another thing that starts tomorrow evening is the Halifax International Busker Festival. Does anybody here know what buskers are? Or has anybody here gone to the Busker Festival? Buskers are street performers, and they're invited to come to Halifax every year. Special acts are invited, I guess, and they come and they have stages set up for them. It draws lots of people to the waterfront, and people go and watch their shows. And the cool thing about it is you pay what you feel it was worth. If you enjoyed the show, you can give them money. If you didn't enjoy the web show, you can give them money. And if you don't have any money to give, you can watch the show and thank them and leave. I think it's, sometimes it's hard to come up with money, and some of us are going through hard times, and if you can't afford to pay them, that's okay, but you should try to thank them. Just say, I appreciate your show. I wish I could afford to help you, but it's inspired me to do something, whatever. But anyways, that's it's something I've been doing for years and years. I don't know how many years the Busker Festival's been going on. I'm guessing probably at least 30 years. And I've been going to it for most of those years. I know we were there one of the first years there were buskers. I can remember being there. I think I was still in high school. Me and my buddy were down around and saw all kinds of neat stuff there. So yeah, it's a pretty cool event, and just something, like I say, something neat to see. There's always some good entertainment, and so I'm hoping we'll check out some buskers this weekend and enjoy ourselves. And then on top of that, there's always lots of good food vendors down on the waterfront and lots of good things to eat. So maybe we'll take advantage of some of that too. Anyways, that's about it for this video. So hit that thumbs up, leave some comments, tell me about your busker experiences, tell me about your distracted driving, tell me about your Tim Hortons experiences as far as food goes, whatever. Tell me about something, talk to me, leave me some comments, and yeah, hit that subscribe button. I do this for me, but I also do it for you, so hit that subscribe button, and it lets me know that there's people out there watching and stuff like that. So appreciate all my viewers, and I'd love to have a few more. Anyways, that's it for tonight. I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.